Let's see what Angel Reese had to say. I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year. Oh boy. Reese told the Tribune, we have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best, because we can't settle for what we have this year. Overhaul this roster. Can't rely on Courtney to come back at that age that she's at, Reese said. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. Courtney Vandersloot, by the way, two-time WNBA champion, five-time All-Star, two-time All-WNBA first team, left the New York Liberty, a championship caliber team, to come help out the Chicago. Oh, damn.
That's not the sound of a player having a meltdown. That's the sound of a declaration of war. Everyone in the media is painting Angel Reese as a toxic brat who is quitting on her team, but they are missing the real story. They want you to believe she's the problem, because the truth is so much uglier. The truth is that Angel Reese is in a desperate fight against a Chicago Sky front office that has failed her, failed its veterans, and failed its fans for years. This isn't a tantrum. It's a calculated act of revenge. And in this video, we're going to expose the story they don't want you to know, how the Chicago Sky pushed their superstar into a corner, and why she's decided the only way out is to burn the whole thing down. This is happening right now, and what you're seeing is just the first shot in a war that will define her career and could tear a franchise apart. To understand why Angel Reese is willing to risk it all, you have to understand the toxic history of the Chicago Sky organization. This isn't a recent problem. This is a franchise with a clear, established pattern of acquiring elite talent and then failing them so completely that they are forced to leave. Look at the ghosts of Chicago's past. Elena Delle Donne, Sylvia Fowles, Kalia Copper, Marina Mabrey, all of them franchise-level stars, and all of them departed for better opportunities somewhere else. The pattern is undeniable. Chicago is where talent goes to be wasted. Reese isn't blind. She saw this history. She knew that if she just kept her head down and played by their rules, she'd end up just like them. Another star player whose best years were squandered by a dysfunctional front office. Her explosive comments weren't a sudden lapse in judgment. They were a preemptive strike. She's refusing to become another name on that list. So when the reports come out that her teammates are furious and holding emergency meetings to confront her, you have to ask yourself, who benefits from that narrative? It's the perfect smokescreen. The front office can point to the locker room drama and say, see, Reese is the problem, she's the cancer. It allows them to deflect from the real issue, which is their own incompetence. Let's not forget, this is the same Chicago Sky that was just voted by anonymous WNBA players as the worst-run franchise in the league, with a staggering 40.7% of the vote. The players themselves know the truth. They cited everything from the practice facilities to the organizational chaos. The entire league knows the Sky front office is a disaster. So when Reese speaks out, she's not just speaking for herself. She's saying what everyone is already thinking. The front office needed a villain, and they are trying desperately to make it her.
Angel Reese, oh damn, has been assessed with 8 technical fouls, and she will be suspended for Friday game unless it is rescinded. And I'm telling you right now, look, he said it best, her attitude. That mug ain't getting rescinded. Angel Reese has struck out again. It is looking spooky in Chicago. Instead, Reese said she doesn't believe her teammates Rachel Berman or Haley Van Lith are capable of leading them to the leading the playoff team. Guard Ariel Atkins is another player on the Sky roster with WNBA championship experience. We are aware of it, Marsh stated. So it stated multiple lead sources told Front Office Sports that the entire team has seen Angel Reese comments that teammates are unhappy with the direct attacks. A team meeting is planned at which players are expected to address Reese directly.
You see how it works? They leak that teammates are unhappy, that a meeting is planned, and suddenly the focus is off the failing franchise and squarely on the diva player. It's a classic misdirection. and the media is eating it up. They paint her as ungrateful, but look at what the front office has given her to work with. They traded away a potential Rookie of the Year cornerstone in Sonia Citron to bring in Ariel Atkins, a move that was supposed to be for Reese's benefit. But one move doesn't fix years of rot. Instead of gratitude, Reese saw it for what it was, a band-aid on a bullet wound. One player wasn't going to fix a broken culture. When she says she's not settling for the same shit we did this year, she's talking directly to the management that has accepted mediocrity for a decade. Her teammates might feel attacked, but the real target of that statement was in the front office luxury box. Now let's talk about the comment that has everyone outraged, the dismissal of Courtney Vandersloot. On the surface, it looks cruel. Reese brushing aside a respected injured veteran by saying the team can't rely on someone at that age and needs someone a little younger. The media presents this as the ultimate act of disrespect. But what if it wasn't about Vandersloot at all? What if it was a calculated, strategic message sent directly to the general manager? Think about it. Vandersloot is a two-time champion who left a contender to come to Chicago. And what did the franchise do with her talent? They surrounded her with a losing roster and ran her into the ground until she suffered a season-ending injury.
Great players, and I don't know what that will attract that. Maybe the practice facility will attract that, we'll see. But I think the priority is being able to convince free agents that this is an organization that is going in the right direction. I think honestly, it would be a leap of faith for a great player to come here and show that this is something that they want to be a part of, and we can bring that championship mentality. A leap of faith to think that a great player would want to come to Chicago. Oh boy. Now, how many players are going to listen to what Angel Reese had to say about Courtney Vandersloot? Are going to listen to what Angel Reese had to say about her current teammates? How many players are going to say, oh yeah, I want to play with that player who has no problem throwing me under the bus with 3 games to go. I want to play with that. Maybe not many.
When Reese says it would be a leap of faith for a great player to come to Chicago, she's using Vandersloot's tragic situation as proof. She's holding her up as Exhibit A of the front office's incompetence. It's a ruthless political move in a war she feels she can't afford to lose. She's telling every potential free agent watching, look what this organization does to its champions. They will use you up and leave you with nothing. Don't make the same mistake. It was a brutal hardball tactic, and it sacrificed a veteran's feelings to make a point. But in a war against a neglectful front office, Reese decided she had to use every weapon she had. She wasn't disrespecting a player. She was exposing a system. The evidence of this war has been hiding in plain sight for months, long before this interview ever happened. Let's talk about the most damning piece of the puzzle, the mysterious injuries. For the 3rd straight season, Angel Reese has failed to finish out the year, disappearing when the games matter most. This year it was a mysterious back injury with no clear explanation or timeline. She missed a crucial 7-game stretch, and when she did return, she admitted it was about more than just physical issues, saying she was sitting and figuring out what's going on with myself. The media wants you to see this as a player who is soft or who quits on her team. But what if it's the opposite? What if it's a player who is so desperate to win that she refuses to participate in a losing effort orchestrated by an incompetent front office? Her disappearances aren't acts of surrender, they are acts of protest. They are a silent strike. When she declined to travel with the team to Indianapolis while injured, it wasn't because she was focused on rehab. It was a message. It was her refusing to lend her star power and presence to a franchise she no longer believed in. It's a form of leverage. She knows the Sky need her on the court to sell tickets and jerseys, so she withdraws that labor. She's essentially saying, if you are not going to build a winning team around me, then you don't get to have me at all. It's a power play, and it's her fighting back with the only tool she has left, her own presence. That's the part they don't want you to see. When analysts say she doesn't really care about basketball, they're missing the point entirely. She doesn't care about losing basketball. She doesn't care about playing for a franchise that has proven year after year that it doesn't care about winning. The ultimate proof of what a healthy organization looks like is happening right now in Indiana with Caitlin Clark. While Reese is forced to wage war, Clark is building a culture. She supports her teammates, even while injured, traveling with the team and cheering from the sidelines. And what's the result? The Indiana Fever are a connected, resilient group on their way to the playoffs. Their coach, Stephanie White, says it all.
I mean, I'm proud of this group. I think we've shown all season long, like, they're resilient, they're connected. They pull for each other. They enjoy one another. They celebrate one another, and that stuff alone is good for 10 to 12 points a game. And for this group, the way that they share the ball, how unselfish they are. I mean, I'm really proud of them. It's not been ideal circumstances all season long, but they've shown the character of who they are. They've been resilient. They've responded to adversity, and they continue to elevate one another. And I couldn't be more proud of this group than I am at this moment. A lot about who we have as human beings. That was one of the things that we made a priority in the off season of, who we bring into this organization. Number one, quality human beings, selfless human beings, that want to pull for one another, that understand. We have this depth for a reason, and sometimes it creates challenges getting people on the floor, but in situations like this is why you have it. And I'm just, she's right. I mean, as a pro and as a pro coach, this is one of the most connected groups I've seen.
A culture built on quality human beings who are selfless and pull for each other. That is everything Angel Reese was denied in Chicago. The Sky front office didn't build a culture. They created a vacuum of leadership and then blamed Reese when she couldn't fix it all by herself. The contrast isn't between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, it's between a functional organization and a dysfunctional one. Clark was given the tools to build. Reese was given a sinking ship and told to bail water with a bucket full of holes. Her war against the Sky isn't just about her own career, it's a desperate cry for the kind of supportive, winning environment that every elite athlete deserves. And so here we are. The battle lines are drawn. Reese got herself suspended for striking an opponent, an act the league called unsportsmanlike. But in the context of this war, was it an accident, or was it a frustrated soldier lashing out on the battlefield? She leads the league in turnovers while trying to do everything herself on a broken team. Her public comments were the nuclear option, a move designed to force the organization's hand. She has torched her own locker room and alienated veterans in a high-stakes gamble to force an exit. She is making it impossible for the Sky to keep her because she knows that staying in Chicago is career suicide. This isn't the story of a toxic player. This is the story of a player fighting back against a toxic franchise. The Chicago Sky had a generational talent in Angel Reese, and they broke her trust, wasted her rookie season, and left her with no choice but to declare war. Now, they are scrambling to control the narrative, painting her as a locker room cancer to any other team that might want her. The interview, the suspension, the anger from her teammates, it's all fallout from the bomb Reese decided to drop on the organization. She has officially started a war to escape Chicago. The biggest question is no longer if she will win, but what will be left of the franchise when the smoke clears. And more importantly, after all this, will another team be willing to sign a soldier who burned down her own barracks, or will the Sky's smear campaign successfully destroy her career for good? The front office's retaliation is coming. And trust me, it's going to get much, much uglier.